Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aquarius October 23, 2022. Energy is tricky early today, especially for relationships. Insecurities and fears or conflicts in your domestic life can be in focus. If you feel that people are trying to manipulate you or that you need to resort to manipulation to get your way, examine things a little more closely. Work on your part of the problem and understand that you can't control others. Or, make it clear that you need to be dealt with directly if others are trying to get your attention. It's important to avoid allowing worry or fear of losing power to spoil your mood. Family or home life may very well need extra attention. However, also consider that you may be better off detaching just a little so that you can relax. You may be holding onto something too tightly now. The day advances with a freer feeling. You might seek comfort and nourishment through retreating in some way, such as taking time to yourself to reflect, process, and digest recent events. Evil is afoot. In fact, you could witness abuse or violence in relationships today. This is because your planetary ruler, our sweet goddess, Venus, is in a life or death conflict with powerhouse Pluto. This ensures that highly destructive moods and temperaments will be lurking in the shadows, ready to unleash their fury on any unsuspecting victim or partnership. If you are feeling triggered and fired up today, do your best to ground this energy. Relax. Breathe it out. Try to channel it into healthy, productive means rather than murky behavior. Commit to a healthy work and life balance. You might feel more balanced when you have a fair schedule that allows you to enjoy your social life, home life, and professional life when Venus in your sign squares Pluto in Capricorn. However, you may have to work harder than anticipated to ensure that you are enjoying your work and life balance. The square may disrupt your schedule to show you where you may need to adjust or what you should do to live in harmony. Part of this is having a flexible approach as the moon enters detailed Virgo. Across the income and job fronts, there is a growing sense of anticipation but also a call for a wait-and-see approach. At the same time that Jupiter is just 7 days away from retrograding back in for a rare double-dip visit to your work sector, the Sun and Venus are just 2 days away from returning to begin the first planetary activity on the income front for the year. You want what you want, and you want it now. Today you may experience that quality of yours commonly known as impatience. The urgency with which you experience certain feelings may overwhelm those around you this week. Try to focus on understanding what you want and putting it into words that let people know how they can help you most. That overpowering celestial energy can be mitigated by language. Another tip: deal with your frustration with a serious workout or on the bike path. You will be supported in your love life, but you will also be going through a period of work and great responsibility. You may have some problems with those you work with because they have some revolutionary ideas concerning work that will generate some conflicts. You appreciate a certain amount of change and newness but refuse to question how things have been set up by some of your family and friends. You like to hang on to what you know and so find comfort in the family nest. As he moves into his final 7 days in your relationship sector, because he is retrograding back out but will return before Christmas, he is looking to the past while preparing for the future. All 3 planets in your relationship sector are in retrograde motion, but with Jupiter returning for a do-over, he is also laying down the foundations for his return. Meanwhile, it is ahead of Jupiter's return to your work sector that there is a sense of anticipation on both the income and job fronts. Venus, the planet of love, has not only caught up with the Sun in Libra but will spend the final days of your birthday month aligned. While the Sun and Venus have been close here before, this is the first time in our lifetime that they have aligned in Libra, and that it happens in the final days of your birthday month and during Saturn's final days in retrograde motion in your romantic sector is giving your heart a powerful voice. Our eyes in the sky. There is plenty to process on an emotional level now. Make sure you're honoring your time and giving yourself plenty of space to stretch out. This can mean that people are not honoring their boundaries and overlapping with your aura field throughout the day. Although the lunar vibes make it easier to let things bounce off you, there is a darker element to this as well. This can be especially true with certain family members, such as siblings, or even neighbors, because yesterday's aspects could be stirring up arguments left and right. You must honor yourself and let toxic connections take care of themselves. For those who are in family disputes, this is a good time to armor up psychologically and be very honest with yourself about your personal space and needs. Yesterday's Pluto energy hasn't cleared from the skies, and it adds a dramatic undertone to unconscious behaviors. Let someone show you who they are even if it hurts to see it. Be careful of what you say. Your own words may be contradictory. Don't shoot yourself in the foot by saying things that go against your own personal desires and inner beliefs. Make sure that what comes out of your mouth, keyboard, or touch screen is coming from your heart. You're likely to be in a much chattier frame of mind with activity in your house of personal expression and appearance. You may be thinking about changing the way you present yourself to the world. Assuming a professional demeanor means that you can get a new job, if you like, or move up at your current employer. Money and a key to the executive lavatory come with the new office. This is a spiritual lesson, and it can even mean you're feeling a telepathic connection to someone at this time. That doesn't mean they aren't violating your need for space, and this can go both ways, so be very mindful of this, because your mind is going through a process of merging right now. In the pre-dawn hours, the Leo moon sextiles Venus in Libra, stimulating a sense of well-being. We can be ourselves without pretense, charming friends and admirers with our outgoing attitude. Since many of us will be asleep at this hour, this transit may manifest in the form of happy dreams where we are reunited with loved ones. Guides take the form of family or relatives who affirm that we attract the proper relationships when we are brave enough to express ourselves authentically. Following this, the moon sextiles the Libra sun, perpetuating the good vibes born of the moon-Venus sextile. If we are asleep, pleasant dreams continue. If we are awake, we connect with others based on mutual interests or shared ideals. Our emotional and egoic desires are in sync. This influence is unlikely to manifest dramatic events. In fact, we might not realize how smoothly the day is going until this aspect has passed. This is ideal. It suggests we are living in the moment and sucking the marrow out of life. The moon begins its void of course following this aspect's perfection, proposing that we avoid starting new projects.